So today I want to talk about a speaker that I think is really good for the price. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with the most important bit first, the sound quality. Honestly, I was really surprised by the sound quality. This cheap speaker has only one tweeter in the middle, but even with just one speaker, I really liked the overall sound quality. It's not perfect, but it does have its good points. Let me explain a little better. I use this speaker for everything: music, gaming, movies, watching YouTube videos, and it sounded very clear and very natural. Overall, the sound from the speaker is generally good with a few minuses. I mostly listen to rock music, heavy guitar, sharp vocals, that kind of stuff. The first song I check whenever I buy anything music related like earphones or speakers is Fix You by Coldplay. In the first half of the song, you can feel the surroundness of the sound, the soundstage, how close the sound feels to you when you're listening or how far away. And the second part of the song, the second half of the song, can be used to check the instrument separation or for distortion and the clarity of the sound. Let's first talk about the soundstage. In that aspect, the speaker does fall short because it has only one speaker. So it doesn't give any of that surround sound kind of feeling, but when you move to the second half of the song, it gets much more complex, and even with that complexity of a wide range of instrumentation, like the song has guitars, pianos, drums in the background. And a little bit further, it even has 4 voices layered on top of all of this. And even with all that complexity, it was good. I really appreciated how clear it sounded even with all this complexity. Except for the part when the singing started. That's when the guitars and the piano and the drums kind of were mixed together and started to sound a little muddy. But it's still not bad. And the bass, it's clearly pronounced and it feels separate from the rest of the music.
Fight so dirty, but your love so sweet. Talk so pretty, but your heart got deep.
I never felt any of that singing or the guitars or any of the instruments were reduced by the bass. The bass is completely separate from the rest of the music, and I really like that. And if you're watching a movie, you kind of feel the theater kind of feeling. It's not surround sound, but the vibrations and the sound quality does feel like that. Now let me tell you how the speaker works. The speaker has a power switch on the back, and there are 4 modes. The first mode plays audio from the SD card slot if there is one inserted. If not, it automatically goes to Bluetooth, or you can press the M button to change modes. The second mode is the Bluetooth. The third mode is the FM radio. And the fourth mode is to play wired audio from the included power cable. The 3.5mm pin on the power cable is for the phone or the laptop or whichever device you're playing the music from. The speaker does not have a 3.5mm pin. You just plug the micro USB cable into the speaker and the 3.5mm pin to your phone or laptop. The volume buttons change songs if you click them once. You have to hold them to change the volume. And to play or pause the songs, you can click the 4th button with the play icon. And every time you change a mode, a different tone plays, so you can remember which mode is currently activated. And the battery life. I get about 3 to 4 days of battery life with light to medium usage. Listening to music for an hour at about 40 to 50% volume, YouTube videos, a movie, and a few hours of gaming. That's how I use it. So far, so good. But it's not perfect. Sometimes when it's idle, when it's not playing anything, there is this continuous rattle. And you can also hear this when you're playing some songs, even at high volumes. and even when I was watching YouTube videos. But it's not there all the time. And there are some other things that I found kind of annoying. For one, the buttons. Why are they under this arch? I don't think it's the best place to put the buttons. And the micro SD card slot is in a weird place too. It's a very tight spot to reach. And the design isn't really attractive. But I'm not going to complain about the plastic. It is a cheap speaker after all. And I should also say the speaker does have a USB port, so you can use a flash drive to play songs from it, but I couldn't get it to work. And the FM radio barely works. It's mostly static. I managed to find one station where it was barely audible, and there is some Bluetooth delay.
Of the election, not days, months, or even years later. But here's the thing, we don't
You start to notice it after 3 or 4 minutes of watching something like a movie or a YouTube video, and then you'll notice that the audio is a little out of sync, like a half a second of delay. So for the most part, I do like this speaker. If you need a speaker or want a speaker for cheap, you can easily get this and you won't have any problems. If you watch movies regularly, I think you might be able to watch 3 or 4 movies with some light usage in between, like music or YouTube videos for an hour or two. And it costs about 550 or 650 rupees on Amazon. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you thought about the speaker in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.